Wicked, 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 wicked. Wicked tones, you know.
Just use this machine. They'll just magically appear. Especially if you get really rigid. The same idea, everything transfers over a lot of the time. It's the same idea we have on the dumbbell row when I'm basically creating weight on my hand here to create length in my arm here and be able to pull. I'm now doing that horizontally instead of being like vertical. And I'm creating, this is now the bench and this is now my dumbbell. So I'm creating my hips back because I'm pressing myself back. I'm almost stiff arming here. There's like almost no bend in my arm. I'm gonna lean to this side again where I feel my lat relax, my shoulder isn't tight. I'm here, I'm just rocking. So it's the same pull. It's dropping elbow and sliding shoulder up through. Let your lat hang, drive chest up. Drive chest up. Push on here, push. I was doing that, I'm pushing every time up through. So there's many areas locked down and engaged, allowing me to swing freely on my lat. If I'm not locked down and sitting, because I'm sitting on the back of the seat, I'm not sucked into the chest pad. I'm keeping my hips back and I'm able to keep my hips back because of this space I'm creating between me and here, which is distance, right? So I don't want to be here. So then when I pull, lean into me, I want to be able to get up. I'm pushing myself up to the ceiling when I swing. So if I'm dug in here, if I'm limp and I don't have any weight here, this is how I am. As soon as I push off there and posture up off this hand, I have length and posture. You can swing. And don't rush your pull. Relax, let the shoulder relax, drop and pull. Chest up. Just because they're trying to show the crossover between the two, and you get on this one. It's hard to create the distance. Because I'm on the chest pad here, but all I can do is posture. I can't create this kind of space, right? Which I would want. I can put the seat back further, and I'm still here, so I can swing into lat here, fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I can still do everything I'm doing. It's just my length is here now, but when I do this, my length is here. So I get another 3-4 inches of length and drop in my shoulder and letting that lat really come out, right? There's nothing wrong with it. I just like one arm stuff. The one arm special today. So it's the same thing here. I'm basing off this. If you really wanted to, you could base off here. It's just kind of a weird angle. So I'm creating this space here and I'm laying my chest on here. I'm not collapsed. I'm just kind of perched on it so I can grab this and I'm up tall. Here I can even swing down lower because this thing's so friggin' low. I'm already caught on my lat already. If I chest up, I can just break into my lat. While I'm pushing up on here, up. Pull that chin back, almost look off to the other side so your shoulder can roll. If I'm here, I can't roll shoulder. If I'm here, I can peel my shoulder behind me. That's the other video we did where we're talking about everyone does this arc and pull thing. If you can find a machine that's kind of like this in your gym, just like a pull down machine, you can do a better version of that. Because look where my elbow is now. I'm not out here pulling out. I can just lock into my lat, lay back, let that arm hang where it would if it was 2. I'm just gonna rock down in. Like, to do this well though, it's hard for people to understand. It's like, I'm laying back, but I'm also arched. So I'm not just leaning back with the weight. Because if I just lean back with the weight and I pull, and I don't arch my back and I just lean, I have to turn to get into it, right? Whereas if I'm laying back here, relaxed, and now I lock down my lower back into an arch, I'm able to drive. I stay locked in that arch, and I can rock forward and back. I notice that a lot of people have a hard time keeping that like tilted posture and then arching here. So like they can lay flat, but they can't like crunch down like an arch through it, like bend up through and really hold that position. Same if I was doing double. I wouldn't want to just hang here and try and pull this thing. If I don't have any arch, I'm always gonna fall forward into it. If I'm locked into my lower back and I'm locked in my arch, elbows in, I can slide. When my back opens, right? It's a completely different pull. So if you can condition yourself to create like a lean, so I'm gonna lean back and I'm gonna be here relaxing. Now I'm gonna arch in that arch. So I'm leaned in, I'm arched. Doesn't have to be one or the other, right? Where's the thingy? Where's the thingy? Okay, that's it. So a lot of people complain, well, they don't complain, but they're saying how can we use stuff we don't have in our gym, we don't have that, we don't have this, we don't have that. It's like there's this whole idea that we just talked about before on the one arm pull down, and this idea of leaning and arching and be able to, like, instead of having a flat back, I wish I could like show it, but my back comes down and then it folds into an arch, which puts me in an anatomically correct position. My back relaxed isn't the strongest position it can be in. My strongest position is here, with my lower back arched and my spine curvature like that, right? So we want to get in that position with this underhand grip. How heavy is this? Fuck, it's heavy. You guys, anybody can do this because they have this at their gym. Just take a shoulder width grip or whatever the fuck it is you want to do and sit down. So I'm going to pull into lat here, arched in midair and holding an arch, sit down. So I'm trapped in my arch and my lats right now. When I rock forward, I'm down through arch. So I'm maintaining that and rocking. My head never goes in front of my bar. I rock down. So I'm always maintaining this posture of being behind the bar, letting out from elbows, dropping elbows and pulling through. A lot of you'll see a lot of videos of Cutler. He used to do a lot of underhand pull downs like that. And he'd be rocking back and forth like crazy. But if you notice his angle, even if he's laying way back when he's holding onto the bar, he's way behind the bar, the angle of his elbow is directly dropping into his lat line. So he can sacrifice this, all this movement, because one, he's got to get all this meat up top. He's got to get it to roll through. You can't get that sitting up straight. It's fucking impossible for him. It might be possible for some little tiny person who can just slide down in. But you see these fucking weirdos who pull underhand, they pull the bar down and they set here and they go, and they like pull here and then they pull down, and they think because they got it here that matters, right? It's not about getting it there. It's about locking on whatever part of your back we're trying to hit. Just like if I'm trying to hit lats and I'm trying to get my back to open more, I'm sitting down in here and I'm chest up, rocking on lat. Rocking, right? Like we've been through before. So if I'm trying to get from, basically, is there a fucking diagram here? No. So if I'm trying to let out from here, so this elbow path will be right into my lat. This is his head hanging back and this is his arm going straight up. He's dropping elbow right into lat line, straight up. So if he's sitting here, this is him, his head's gonna be back here. His arm path will be the path of the cable, pulling in. He's gonna be way behind the path of the arm, pulling up and down straight, right? You don't wanna be in line with it because you'll fall into it. So always lock where you intend to hit. I'm gonna sit into lat here. So this is my position I'm starting in, locked on lat. Shoulders down, relaxed, elbows down into lat. I sit with it, and my lean can be this much if I want. Literally, I can drop up this far and drop this far down. I'm staying on low lat and rocking back through lat. No trap, no upper back, rocking. So obviously, you can see the heavier that gets. If you're someone like Jay doing the whole stack, it's gonna be boom, boom, but the path is still the same, right? I'm still tucking into that lat. The cable's still moving on a straight line. I'm not pulling the cable back into me. I'm pulling myself away from the cable, dropping the cable straight down, right? All these people that like overhang, I mean, like that's the only thing to call it. It's like you can stand here right now and put your arm like this. And does it feel like your back's stretching or does it feel like your trap and your neck are being stretched? like when I'm reaching for something like this, with my head here. And if I'm here, what now? There's no tension on my neck or my trap or my back. It's all my arm is pulling my back up, right? It's like if you're gonna subscribe to that style of movement, or we're gonna start underneath the bar, be here, and then we pull back. Let me pull back. It's like you're not, yeah, you're getting full range of motion, I guess you could say, but it's not, there's no elasticity in that movement. It's literally like snapping a band and pulling it back. It's just like there's no smoothness to it. We're not rocking on a muscle.